When Jesus speaks the words, "It is finished," they are often heard through the instincts of the kingdom of this world. Finished means a transaction completed, a debt paid, a requirement satisfied, and a greater power finally overcoming a lesser one. In this telling, the cross becomes the moment when God uses superior force, legal, moral, or cosmic, to defeat sin, Satan, and death. Justice is met, accounts are balanced, the problem is resolved. It feels decisive, it feels tidy, and it feels neatly with how power normally works. But "it is finished" is not the language of conquest. Rather, it is the language of completion. Jesus does not say "it is paid," he says "it is finished." What is finished is not something God needed. What is finished is something God revealed. On the cross, Jesus enters fully into the human condition, into betrayal, violence, abandonment, shame, and death itself. He does not resist it. He does not return it. He does not escape it by force. Instead, he absorbs it completely, without retaliation, without withdrawal, and without self-protection. Evil is allowed to show itself all the way to the end, and in doing so, it is exposed. This is why the early church could say that Christ conquered death through death, not by overpowering death with greater force, but by entering it fully and allowing it to exhaust itself. Death is not defeated by a bigger blow, it is undone by love. That refuses to participate in death's logic. Sin burns itself out. Violence reveals its emptiness. Fear loses its grip. Resurrection, then, is not God stepping in to reverse a failure or declare, "I finally have what I need." That reading is simply returns us to the kingdom of domination. Rather, resurrection is revelation. It shows that the way Jesus lived and died was not tragic or naive, but true. In resurrection, life emerges because this is what life does when it is no longer defended, withheld, or protected by fear. Love becomes the unhindered current through which life flows. When Jesus entrusts himself fully, without coercion, without retaliation, he aligns completely with the deepest truth of reality. Death cannot hold what is wholly given in love, not because God needs anything, but because love is the grain of the universe. So when Jesus says, "It is finished," he's not closing a transaction. He is completing a revelation. And the question that remains is this: if "it is finished" names the end of fear-driven striving, where am I still living as though something remains unresolved?